Hi everyone, and welcome to the Safari Encounters YouTube channel. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about one of my absolute favorite outreach animals. And this isn't always a very sought out animal for programs, but it ends up being a favorite whenever we do bring her. Now this is an animal that is actually our only North American marsupial, and our opossum's name is Alberta Einstein. Now, if you've ever seen an opossum in the wild, maybe they weren't as cute as Alberta, but we're here to change your mind in this video. So this is Alberta. She's actually our 3-year-old opossum, and she came to us as a rescue from a rehab facility, and she was unreleasable. And that could have been for a variety of things whenever we got her. She was really small, and so we think she might have fallen off mom a little too soon. Now, we are based here in California, so you cannot keep an opossum as a pet if you find one. So you do want to go take it to your local rehab facility. That way they can be put back into the wild. We got special permission from the Department of Fish and Wildlife in order to keep Alberta. And we got that because a lot of people don't like opossums. So if you remember anything from this program today, we want you to remember this. Opossums are awesome. Isn't that right, Alberta? Now, Alberta is about 3 years old. The maximum we've ever seen an opossum live in captivity is about 4 years. Now, you might think that's a very short lifespan. So if you see one in the wild, maybe they're a little bit skinnier than her, maybe they're missing patches of hair. It's just because they kind of start to fall apart as they get older. A common myth about opossums is they carry diseases like rabies, distemper, or Lyme disease that could be transferred to your dog or cat. Her body can actually fluctuate over 7 degrees, making it near impossible for those diseases to live within opossums with their low body temperature. A cool thing about them is they actually eat ticks. She's going to eat thousands of ticks every single year. So if you have an opossum in your backyard, it's actually a pretty good thing. Another cool thing about them is they do have a prehensile tail. When they're babies, they can actually hang from their tail. As adults, they kind of just use it more as an extra arm. She does have a pouch, just like a kangaroo or a wallaby, but her mom was only pregnant for about 13 days, while our parents were pregnant for about 9 months. Another really cool thing about opossums is they actually have fingerprints just like ours, on each of her fingers, each of her toes, and a special one on the tip of her tail. Now, I love opossums, but they're not the smartest animal in the animal kingdom.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
These guys right now, she doesn't think anybody else is in this room because she can't see them. So if you're in the car and you're driving down the road and you see a possum in the road, maybe they just kind of turn around because they think once you disappear from their vision, they're safe. So be sure to go around them if you're driving at night. Alberta also doesn't play dead. A lot of times people think opossums play dead. Maybe you've seen one. What happens is they actually have an adrenaline rush and then they faint. Now, you would think fainting is probably not a good survival strategy, so opossums have this slime that kind of oozes out of them, and it makes them smell really bad. So whatever's chasing them no longer wants to eat them because they smell like they've been dead in the sun for a few weeks. Now, with opossums in captivity, like I said, they're not the smartest animal, but we do provide her enrichment. The main form of enrichment for her is she likes different kinds of food. Now, most opossums in captivity are overweight. We work really hard to try to keep her at a very healthy weight, but you know, we can only do so much. She gets a wide variety. She gets different vegetables. She's on a mainly veggie diet now in her older years, but she also gets different fruits as snacks, and she gets meat. She gets whole prey and like hamburger meat as well, and that keeps her nice and healthy. Like I said, she's 3 years old right now. This is my favorite animal, so we wanted to make sure to get her on tape. And if you guys remember anything from the program today, we want you to remember that opossums are awesome. Now, Alberta is our North American opossum. There's opossums in a lot of different places, but you're about to meet one that comes from South America. It is called a Uwharrie opossum. So if you guys take a look at the differences, one, Alberta is a little bit bigger, but this Uwharrie opossum comes from South America. It's also commonly known as the common opossum. There you go, Alberta. Now, our Uwharrie possum is about 1.5 years old, and she's kind of newer. If you've seen our programs before, you probably haven't seen her because she actually doesn't ever leave our facility because we don't force any animal to do programs that they don't want to. So she gets to kind of just hang out and do her own thing. Now she's a little bit more shy, but that's not typically a species thing. It's more of just this particular one is a little bit shyer than the others. But same thing, she's gonna have that prehensile tail that she can hang from, kind of. But it's also much, much, much longer. Now there's not a lot known about these opossums. We don't actually know their lifespan. It's not a typical animal. That's not your best, you know. Hey look, why don't you look over here? You want this? So you might not have seen these guys before. Remember, it's called a yawari or a common opossum, and they are native to South America. We're gonna put her back. Hi buddy, come here. What were you just eating? Now, this makes a fantastic pet for anybody that can handle the howling. Watson is now, how old is he? 10 weeks old now? So he's 10 weeks old, so he's got a long, long life, and he's gonna be our security at any expo we come to once he gets all of his puppy shots. We wanna thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode, and we will have another one for you as soon as possible. Bye! All right, everyone, be sure to hit the subscribe button today so you can see what crazy animals we're bringing out next. Until our next video, be sure to follow all of our social media channels, and as always, thank you for watching.